Hello, listing queens. We are back for another amazing session. I hope you have your pens and paper because this woman is a powerhouse. Her name is Shannon Gillette, and she is the team leader of the Gillette group in Arizona. And she's absolutely amazing. I'm going to be sharing with you just a little bit about her, and then we'll say hello. She is the leader of her top women team, real estate team. All the women are in production. She does have her husband in there, but she's a boy mom, and she is such a woman of heart, and you will see why she is a listing queen. Say hello to Shannon Gillette. Hi, Shannon.
Oh, hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk all about listings today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So Shannon, I discovered you on Instagram, and you have almost 30,000 followers there. And I imagine many are realtors and many are obviously your clients and your audience. I want you to talk to us about what you believe to be your success path to having so many followers. Talk to me about where that journey. Do you remember the first day that you got on Instagram? How long ago was that? And can you tell us about what that journey looked like?
Yeah. So from 2006 to 2014, I was selling new homes in Florence, Arizona. And I dreaded asking one question to my clients that wanted to buy one of my new homes. And it was, do you have a home to sell? Because I could only sell new homes. They'd have to hire an agent to sell their home. And I started to see a trend that I still see today, that agents were just putting a sign in the yard, taking pictures, throwing the home up on MLS and waiting for the buyer to find it. And when I left new home sales in 2014 to start on this resale journey, I went on a journey to find out everything I could about listing, marketing, and that started with video. All signs pointed back to get your face on camera, stop the excuses, start implementing video. So about 4 years ago, I started implementing listing video on every single home I listed, and I started to get more comfortable getting in front of the camera. And for Instagram, I made the decision. I used to have two pages. I had a business page that was all just listed, just sold, and I had a personal page that was private for just family and friends. I made the decision to close my business page, make my personal page public, and I just started letting people in on my daily life, which also included listing videos, but also my kids and things like that. And over the years, my Instagram following started to grow, and my goal every day is to be a brand that can be, that know, like, and trust. And you can do that over on Instagram. And now, all these years later, I now lead, and I'm very proud to lead one of the top 15 real estate teams in the Phoenix, Arizona East Valley. And it's really thanks to Instagram, video, and listing marketing.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing that you did new homes first. And so you saw firsthand there was a gap. There was a hole there. I want to share with everyone who's watching. They need to go to your Instagram because you have what you call lifestyle first video marketing. And your latest video, as we're taping this, I was so impressed. I'm just gonna lay the groundwork, and I want you to share with us, because you said, if you want this kind of lifestyle, up, and you were describing what's around this neighborhood. And then you had drone footage, and you backed out. It was so tight. You described a lifestyle that I would love. Like, I'm like, if I would move to Arizona, I would want to be in that neighborhood. So can you tell all the attendees how you came up with this lifestyle first video marketing? It's very innovative.
Yeah, the power of video is crazy. Every home we list gets a professional video. I listed a $25,000 mobile home last year. Obviously, the commission can't even pay for a video, but I still did it because nobody is selling their home for fun right now. The market's changed. There's a need to sell, whether it's a divorce or a move or, whatever the reason is. This is your client's biggest asset. They need to sell their home for top dollar. And if you're only taking pictures of the inside and the outside of the home, you're missing a huge piece piece of marketing. And video helps tell a story about the home. And you ask anybody, even our homes, you really do buy first for location. You could have a beautiful home in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's going to buy that, right? What is the lifestyle of the home? So we started implementing lifestyle first video marketing. It's been a game changer, because if you go over to my YouTube channel, you'll see hundreds of video examples, and these videos are getting thousands of views. They're literally helping our sellers sell their home. And we're painting a picture and a beautiful presentation of the home. It's a completely different experience if you're looking at a home and you're scrolling through photos versus watching a video that's showing the lifestyle. You're selling people first on what restaurants are nearby, what are the community amenities, what does the town look like? And then halfway through our video, it's inside the house. We write a script for every home. I'm on every single video, so you get that know, like, and trust. So it's this full experience that is literally helping our sellers sell their homes.
I love that. And I'm so glad you keep repeating with delight the word experience. And I want everyone watching to really get that. You are so passionate about the fact that every seller deserves, right? Deserves more.
Yeah.
And that more that you've discovered that works is taking the time to not only have your face walking through, but let's think about what's it going to be like when you're living there, right? The restaurants, all these things, and you're creating a story.
Yeah.
So I really like that. Now, when you say we write a script, so you are actually having in your brain, correct me if I'm wrong, talk to us about this, like what the ideal buyer, what their life would be like. Is that right? Like what their story and their life would be like.
Yes. So the script is very important. And I bring the homeowners in on that as well. And I ask them, what are the top 3 things you love about your home? I once was sitting with a seller at their dining room table, and I asked this question, and they told me about the canal behind their home that they walk their dog on every day, and it takes them to this park. And I'm like, I would have never known that. I think a lot in real estate, we do this every day. So we forget about the emotion. We forget about what a big deal this is. We're like, okay, hire the photographer, write the description, put it on MLS. We need to ask the sellers, why did you buy this home? What do you love? And then you can take that information and put it into your script. So I use AI for this. I use Jasper.ai, and I type in, like, I'm a realtor doing a listing video. The home has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. It's in this community. It's near the park, whatever. And lately, literally, AI is writing my script for me. And as a realtor going on video, you don't have to remember your whole script. If you go to my YouTube channel and you watch one of my listing videos, I remember my hook in the beginning. That's like, hey, I have exciting news for you. Down payment assistance is back. That means you could buy this home with a free grant down payment program. Let's go head inside, right? So you've got that hook. And then I'm reading the script B-roll, right? Like just from my phone, and then the videographers incorporate that all in, because nobody wants to read. If you're spending a ton of time writing this beautiful listing description, nobody wants to read. They want to watch a video. The average human attention span is only like 5 seconds. So you have to have a hook in the beginning. You have to be fast moving. And our listing videos are really only about a minute long, but we're getting so much information out. And then we're targeting these videos with ads and different things. We're getting them on the neighbor's TV. We're getting them on Instagram, all these things where people are calling up saying things like, I just saw this video ad. I want to schedule a showing for this home.
Wow, that's amazing. Gosh, you said so much amazingness. Talk to us about your maybe 2 most successful hooks.
Yes.
Regarding listings.
Yeah. So back in the day, video is a journey, and social media, everything, it's always changing. So you can't be doing today what you were doing 2 or 3 years ago. When I started video marketing, I did a home of the day. So I would say, welcome to the home of the day. I'm Shannon Gillette with the Gillette Group, blah, blah, blah. I used to do that. It worked well for that time, but the times have changed. Now it's Reels, TikTok, video hooks. People are doing YouTube shorts. People are scrolling. You have to have that hook. So my hook is not necessarily about the house. It's either lifestyle first. So I have a video. It's a very basic 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. Nothing truly special about the home. Most realtors would say, oh, that home doesn't need a video. It's just a very basic home. I'm just going to do photos. No, every home deserves a video, and every home has a story to be told, and our sellers deserve this. So this is a very basic home, but it happens to be within walking distance to a lot of amazing things. So I start my video out at the local coffee shop saying, imagine a lifestyle where you feel like you've truly stepped back in time, where the neighbors know each other, where you can walk to the coffee shop and walk to dinner and drone of the community garden. Man, we haven't even gotten to this basic house yet. And you're like, I want to live there. This video has 5,000-10,000 views. What's so special about this? I want this house. So we do this lifestyle first and then to the house. So people are already like, wow, I want to live there. Okay, cool. I don't really care what the house looks like. I just want this lifestyle, because people want lifestyle and location, and they want to be sold, right? And you can do that with a great presentation of a video. And we love watching videos, like I am a mom of 3 young boys, and we like to travel a lot. And for example, if we're going to Hawaii, I'm going to YouTube with my family and we're watching the videos of the resort and just different things, right? Like, people love videos. They don't want to just read something boring. And this is just a game changer. And again, it's helping us get a lot of listings, but it's also helping our sellers sell their home for top dollar and faster than average.
I love it, because video evokes emotion. And that's what you're saying. So you're creating desire even before they even see the house. So that's like almost like a formality. And how amazing is that?
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'm going to bring this up because I remember my journey from, being a beginner, getting listings, to being a listing queen, and there's several listing queens and kings in each market. Right. But I remember that people would start copycatting me.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're the innovator. So are other people in your market, kind of like now doing what you're doing? And how do you approach when that kind of stuff happens?
So that's a great question. And I hope they do, because honestly, there's enough real estate out there for everyone. In my market in Phoenix, there's over 55,000 licensed realtors. There's a lot of homes. And I hope every agent in my market does video. But you know what? They're not, because video is expensive. It takes a lot of discipline and consistency. I have to be at every one of these shoots. I am never in the mood to get in front of the camera. I am like, so many times early on, I'm like, this house doesn't really need a video. No, I did a video. You have to be consistent. You also have to spend a lot of money, and you're not guaranteed that commission. So are these agents going to want to invest in a video and all the ads on every single listing? Maybe they can't even afford it, right? So I don't worry too much about that. Plus, the great thing about real estate is you can be successful in so many different ways. You just have to be disciplined and consistent, but there's no such thing as an overnight success. I was doing videos for 2 or 3 years before I started to get the come list me calls. So you can't just start doing listing videos tomorrow and all of a sudden get a ton of calls. So it takes a lot of time and patience, and just being willing to not take any of those shortcuts and understanding the power. And I believe it takes time to, when you finally get those calls, like I'll share one quick story, which is just so cool. So we had this listing, $1.4 million, had all the video, because I've mastered the art of getting these ads in front of people, whether they're playing online video games or scrolling through YouTube or all these different things. There's this guy, a professional baseball player. He has his home search set up with his agents with his realtor for 4 bedrooms and up. Remember, a lot of people, their search is solely based upon their portal that their agent set them up on, Zillow, whatever. Maybe they're not even on MLS every day. So if you could get these homes in front of them, it could really be impactful. So we had this expensive listing, but it was a 3-bedroom and a den. So this guy, professional athlete, was playing an online video game. He saw our video ad, was like, oh my gosh, I didn't see this house in my search. I'm going to schedule a showing. He scheduled a showing, bought the home. That was a direct result of the ad of the video. The video told the story about the home, and he wouldn't have seen that home if he was just relying on his portal, because it was a 3-bedroom and a den. So marketing is huge. If you think about the days of when we didn't have Netflix and all that, and we had to sit on the couch and we had to go through the commercials, even water bottles are marketed to us. water is water, but there's more expensive water bottles and they have marketing and all of these things. And every brand out there, even if they're huge, like McDonald's, like if McDonald's stopped marketing tomorrow, they would lose market share. You have to be marketing. And when your clients are paying you the amount of money they're paying you to list their home, and you can justify why you don't need a video on that house, like that is such a disservice to your seller. And you are taking a shortcut because you will sell your listings. They'll get more exposure. And yeah, I'm
Oh my
definitely.
gosh, there's so much goodness there. What you're describing is standards.
Yes.
Ladies, if you want to be a listing queen, you have to have standards. There's no shortcuts to success. And I just love how you also said patience. When you want to be a CEO and stop taking this business as a hobby or looking for the beautiful. I remember when I was a listing queen, people would say, you're just lucky you get all the beautiful homes. That's their perception because I created that all my listings look great before I would, let them go live. Right. And so I love that you said, and we're honest, there's 2 questions I have left for you, but you said that you didn't always, or you don't always feel like going on the video.
Never.
Willing, like, I don't know if you use the word willing, but my connotation from what you said was, but that I'm willing because I know the discipline is what's needed. So like, just for the mindset piece, talk to us about how you show up, whether you feel like it or not. That's what CEOs do. That's what listing queens do.
Yeah. So in this business, we can have a lot of excuses. We can have real excuses of why we can't shoot video today, why we can't post on social media, why we can't make our calls today. We can have excuses, but you have to have it in your calendar and you have to be willing to do it, even if you're not in the mood. There's something about video and social media and even calls, right? Like, you could literally spend an hour cold calling and make $20,000, but realtors don't cold call, right? There's just so much mindset in this business. So what I've done is, man, it's just a non-negotiable. And I will film a video for every home I list, no matter what my mood is. I put it in my calendar. YouTube became my #1 lead source this past year because I really started going on beyond listing videos on my YouTube. So I schedule studio time every other week in a local studio with a teleprompter, and I'm doing next step videos, which have been a game changer for my business and for my sellers. So they're kept informed, because that's something not everyone's talking about. Sellers are very upset with their listing agents right now for the lack of communication. I think because listing agents, they don't know, their home's sitting on the market for 60 days. They don't know what to talk to them about. Like, oh, we just had a few showings. So I have next step videos. We have weekly updates for our sellers. Like, there's so much that goes into it. But the fact is, every time I go to one of my studio shoots, I have so many excuses of why I don't have time to film. Like, an appraisal just came in low, like, oh, my team needs me, all of this. But I go and I do it. And it's kind of like going to the gym. Nobody ever wants to go to the gym, but you feel good after that you did it. And I think scheduling these as a non-negotiable, and also being very intentional with your time. So, our job is so hard. I don't think any of our clients will ever realize the sacrifice and everything we do to serve our clients well. But when you put on top of that, being a team leader and having 3 kids and a husband and dogs and all of this, like, you have to be so intentional with your calendar. And you have to, if you want to have success in real estate, you have to ask yourself, is this a full-time job, a part-time job, or a hobby? Because if you're working from home and you're watching TV all day or taking a nap, like, nobody is watching you, right? Like, you have to be committed and disciplined. And sometimes that means sacrifice. So for me, what that looks like is getting up earlier than I want to every day. I don't watch traditional TV. So people are like, hey, did you watch the latest Yellowstone episode? I'm like, no, I didn't. I'm sorry. Like, it's a sacrifice. I can't put that stuff in my calendar. I have to be so intentional. And then being very disciplined with the calendar and treating that video shoot like it's a $4 million listing presentation, and just going. And one last thing, I feel like I'm rambling on, but one last thing I see a lot is people are very inconsistent with whatever they want to do. And what happens is, like, let's say you want to go all in on cold calling. So for a month, cold calling, oh my gosh, I'm starting to get appointments. I'm out showing homes. Oh my gosh, my hair's on fire. I'm so busy. Negotiations. I've got homes under contract. And now a week goes by, 2 weeks go by, 3 weeks go. You're so busy. You've got some closings. Guess what you didn't do for 3 weeks? Cold calls. Same with social media and video. And then it's a roller coaster. Now you're going to be super slow and desperate, and it's just a never ending cycle. So what I like to say is you have to have a plan in place to be consistent and disciplined when you get busy too. So when I'm busy all the time, I'm still filming video. I'm still posting on my Instagram story every single day, doing all of these things, because that's how my business stays consistently busy.
Right. Because you have identified as a CEO. You identify as a CEO. What does a CEO do? They have long-term view. They have high standards. I equate you, and maybe that's what I was attracted to when I started following you, was that you're like the Ritz-Carlton, right? The Ritz-Carlton hotel experience is one where the Ritz-Carlton has already thought ahead about what you would want, and you step into this glorious experience. And when you started talking about how you book studio time to make sure that you have your weekly communication points to your sellers and that you film ahead of time, hey, when you pass this milestone, this is what to expect next. And you've done all this. That is you curating an exquisite client experience that you're so thrilled to give, and they're delighted to receive. I mean, if nobody else is this demonstrative or this creative and innovative, then it's no wonder. Like, ladies, attendees, I want you to really like key in and watch this one over and over and over again. Shannon, you are absolutely amazing. I want to ask one more question, and I thank you for your time and your graciousness in sharing the gold. When you talk about ads, can you share with us what you found to be the most lucrative ads? Because I love that man, this professional ball player, or whoever, if some famous guy is like playing and he sees you creating that story, and he's like, sure, three bedrooms and a den works beautifully for me.
Yeah.
What is that like? Talk to us about what the most, I guess, return on your buck in terms of your ad.
No, I have actually a secret tip I'll share that's been working so great and for us right now with the ads, but also like filming videos that people are searching for, I think is really important, because then you're just coming up on YouTube, right? So we love our clients. We do client appreciation events every single month. We do video, we do all of this. So everyone has to realize your clients are Googling you, and what do they find? You should have an about you video. You should have all this stuff. So what we do with our listing videos, we're running a lot of ads, and I have a virtual assistant that helps with a lot of this. But one ad that I do that's only $5, and it's been amazing, is we do on YouTube a mile radius around the address. And a lot of people watch YouTube TV. So whether it's their kids watching YouTube TV, or they've got YouTube TV, or even some people have music playing on their TV. So now our sellers are like, oh my gosh, my neighbor just sent me a picture of my house on their TV. I'm like, yeah, that. So then it's just so cool. So we love ads. I know some people are anti YouTube ads, but it's worked out really well for us, because our ultimate goal is to get our sellers homes sold, and ads work.
Oh, I love it. And I love that you brought up a point that YouTube is a search engine, ladies. And so, Shannon just said, look up what people are searching. And I love thank you for sharing that gold, the 1 mile radius around the address on YouTube. That's fabulous. All right. Well, Shannon, you have really poured into us. I am so appreciative. Tell our listeners where they can find you, where they can connect with you.
I'm so thankful to be here. Thank you again for having me. I'd love for everyone to follow me over on Instagram. And if anyone has any questions, I answer every single DM. So meet me over on Instagram at Shannon_Gillette, and I'd love to connect over there.
Excellent. Thank you so much again, Shannon.
Thank you.